Hi, I was asked by a student the other week, where's the best place to go, in my opinion, in the world to, if they wanted to train as uchideshi, living student. And I sort of said, I don't know. It's a lot of the places that did do it have stopped doing it, and could go to Japan. There's several dojos there. If it's what we call Iwama style Aikido, then to go to the Osensei's dojo in Iwama, where there's a mixture of teachers there. Some teachers are from the Aikikai Hombu style Aikido with a mixture, and other teachers who have lived in Iwama all their life, and they teach what would be the same as what Saito Sensei taught them, and there may be what Osensei also taught them, because he started when they were teenagers. But it made me start thinking about what people want from Aikido in this day and age. Here we are in 2024, 2025 coming up, and the numbers have been quite stagnant, and if anything dropping in the last 20 years. So it's hard to keep a dojo going when the numbers are down to 6 people on a regular training night. They might have 20 names on their books, but with all the pressures of living nowadays, I'm forever seeing on WhatsApp in our local club, work's got them held up, or sorry, they're just busy, not feeling so well, other commitments. This list of items have been there ever since I can remember. But I want to really just talk today about what I think an Aikidoka should try and put on their list of thoughts. I've often said in my films that we're made of muscle, flesh, bone, ligaments, tendons, fascia. This torso, the legs, arms, it needs working. And it doesn't matter whether you're held up at work or your lifestyle is hectic. You do need to look after your body if you want to get to a good old age and keep physically fit. By spending more and more hours at work will not do this. So let's get down to how do you become a better Aikido. There's the technical, that if I criticise Iwama style Aikido, it's very technical. We look at very fine detail. There's not so much fun in it as I believe many other styles of Aikido, but then they're not as accurate, in my opinion, for self-defense, where if you train Iwama Aikido correctly, it's much more detailed, correct postures, minimal movement, but what you do is about applying the technique that will work in a real situation if required. But the person that's busy at work and has a hectic lifestyle, but they've got the bug, and the bug of Aikido gets deeper in them and they want more from it, then the question that somebody asked me is, where would they find this? Well, you can find it in your own dojo, but you would have to train almost every day of the week. If you can't train every day of the week in the dojo because the dojo's not open, then 3 times a week is minimum, really, you need to train. Perhaps you could visit other clubs, they may have a different style, but at least you're getting this body, the physical body, exercised. To me, unless you really train hard in Iwama style Aikido, you won't get the aerobic workout that you need, where a lot of the other styles you will. You'll get the aerobic exercise, but you won't get the martialness, where it does work in a real situation. And this is why the Aikido has got such a bad name, because it doesn't tend to lend itself to looking real or being real to most martial artists who do what I call hardcore fighting styles. The biggest thing is you should enjoy doing it, and it should give you a buzz. If you're a perfectionist and you like detail and you like scrutinising things in fine detail, then Iwama style Aikido is, I would say, the one for you. If you just want an aerobic workout, a friendly atmosphere, people, always smiling and more like a big family attitude, then choose one of the other styles. It doesn't matter whether you're a Q grade or a Dan grade. What you'll find is, how do you get better? Well, you have to think a lot. You have to think a lot off the mat. There's training time on the mat, but I'm purposely sitting here talking to you now, and my shoulders are up. I know my shoulders are up because I'm concentrating on talking to you. Now, the thing with Aikidoka that train regular, like every day of the week, and I've got some students in Russia who do actually train every day of the week, and they learn how to hold their body mass in a much lower position than people who actually train once or twice a week, even 3 times a week. Your body mass will be higher in your body. If you stand on weighing scales, yes, the weighing scales will tell you what you weigh, but that's not the mass I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop my shoulders. You may have seen them drop. I'll pick them up and exaggerate. You might find, and most people will know that in life you'll find yourself in this tense position, and you're, oh dear, I didn't realise I was tense, you might think to yourself. Well, that means that your body mass is up here, so you wouldn't be grounded. And when attacking in the dojo, when attacking nage or gripping nage, then your body mass will be not as condensed as somebody who trains a lot. You can enhance this by, as soon as you get the mat laid down in the dojo, try to do non-stop, backwards and forwards, 25 ukemis, left and right. When you left and right, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Try to do 25 without stopping. Because what you'll do is you'll find that the brain has to quickly switch into looking after yourself mode, because you may have just come off the street, your body may be in a vulnerable state and you don't want to damage yourself. And if I was to tell you from a well-being point of view, I'd say stretch your body slowly, warm your body up slowly. But I'm really just telling you how you learn how to quickly think about creating mass, and that is, if you do 25 ukemis backwards and forwards, forward ukemis backwards and forwards, once you stop being dizzy and you get used to that, then you increase it in multiples of 10. You can do backward ukemis if you wish, the same way. Do backward ukemis. 25 is quite a task for just backwards, but the more you do your ukemis, the more you'll smooth out your body, the more your mind will be looking after your body, and slowly you will learn how to relax quicker. So instead of your shoulders being here, you'll be in a relaxed mode. This will create mass that's controllable. You won't have to think about it, you'll just automatically, like sediment in a wine bottle, it'll go down. And my students in Russia, I always knew when I used to leave the UK and go to Russia, and I call up the regular trainees that are very dedicated, and they either run a dojo or they train every day at the dojo. When they grip my wrist, I knew straight away the depth of their mass, and that would tell me how dedicated a student they were. They can't feel it themselves, the same as you can't feel the weight you are until you step on the weighing scales. I'm overweight right now because I'm on a course of steroids. You know, bigger chin, fatter belly, all the things that we criticise ourselves for. But when you're ill, you have to look after yourself and till you get better. But the mind can still work. So if you can't physically do Aikido, then you can still think about it. So most people can do the ukemis. Even if you asked the teacher if they could set a time aside, if it's really tight, your time within a sports hall or something, perhaps you could ask your teacher if you could have time to do ukemis. Others may want to join in, but it should be a personal thing for you, not as a teaching aid. So if you're a teacher, you shouldn't be teaching it, because even if you're teaching it, you might show them 25 ukemis just to show them that you can do them. But your thinking and trying to be precise means that your mass will not lower itself. It will stay high because you're mentally trying to get every single ukemi correct for those watching you. So once you've got mass in your body, your strikes become more powerful, your grip becomes greater. But then when you're naga and you're doing the technique, the shihanagi, the going through, moving their arm, the mass will move it and you will think that they're not resisting you as much. And this is how you get feedback, thinking, oh, they don't seem to be so difficult as they used to be. So your mass is working then better for you. So it was just a quick film to say, if you want to create mass and not walk around shoulders up or even tense hands, if you're sitting in a chair, you might find that you're tensing your hands for no reason until that reason you've noticed it. Do chemis 25. When you stop getting dizzy and it's becoming easier, add 10 ukemis. The same with backward ukemis, but my recommendation would be start off with 10 backwards and forwards, left and right side, without stopping, without going, without getting to the other side of the mat, slowly turning round, going back. You turn round as if you make that part of an ukemi, so you quickly the moment you get to the other side, as a competition Olympic swimmer, how they touch the end of the pool and quickly spring back into swimming again. That's how you want your ukemis to be. There doesn't want to be a pause that breaks the ukemi up. It wants to be a continuous flow. Okay? Please contact me if you need more information, but I'd like to make some short videos on how to become better Aikido. And what you have to do is you have to hone the body and make the body more efficient before you can have easier techniques. Thank you for your time, thank you for listening, and I hope you find this enjoyable and of greater knowledge than you had before.